Saturday, February 8th, 2025. Got a new mic working today, so I hope it comes through good. I have no idea if it's working or not. My name's Bob, and I'm live here every single day, 9 a.m. DC time, and it's a Saturday morning voice issue. 9 a.m. DC time, 9 a.m. Eastern time, where I dive into ideas and strategies to help you stay focused and tackle your big challenges. Today, we're going to talk about saying no and how important that is. When you say no more often, you start to actually get the time to do other things. And I started doing that more often after I turned 50, started saying no and started saying yes to other stuff. And it's honestly helped me a ton. So I want to share some of that. I've been growing corporations for 30 years, and I decided to build this platform to help folks like you learn new skills, take risks, and tackle your career goals. And honestly, when I do these Saturday mornings, they tend to come out a little rough in the beginning. So we'll just try to have some fun. When you do these every single day, you're going to have days where your voice is toast. I've got to figure that out though, because if I'm going to be talking on a camera often, which I am, I can't have this destroyed voice when I do it. So we'll figure that out. I'll put in the work there. All right. So the topic of the day, it's going to resonate literally with everyone because I think everyone battles with this. Actually, my brother battles with this less than other people. I've always respected his just complete willingness to say no without hesitation. And he just has managed his life that way. But being a husband and a dad, I battled with saying no forever because there were so many activities. There were so many things that the family needed to do. There were so many things that weren't necessarily for me, but I just had to say yes to. And it fills your time, and you have to be a good dad, and you have to be a good husband, and a son, and brother. And so you spend a ton of time doing things that aren't necessarily your jam, but you say yes because it's the right thing to do. But I realized that I needed to be a little more for me. I needed to show up for myself more. And I started to say no more often. And when I turned 50, something clicked. And I guess it is just that reality. Like when you turn 50 and time becomes reality. I also started losing my hearing significantly. That's why this is called I Can't Hear You. And when you start losing your hearing and you turn 50 and you start thinking about life, your time is a resource that you need to manage. Time becomes something that you are paying more attention to. Maybe when you're 20, time is kind of like this willy-nilly thing, but when you turn 50, time is critical. And so I started to say no to activities that I just knew what was going to happen. I knew what that social thing was going to be. I I knew like the like you want to build relationships, but we had already built a relationship and I knew what the conversation was going to be and it wasn't going to enhance me and I wasn't going to be in the right mood to give to it. So I just started saying no. And honestly, like I worried about how to say no in the beginning and I just started to, it's not, no, I can't do it tonight. I can't commit. Someone asked me if I wanted to join a softball team. And I mean, like I kind of like the idea of being on a team and playing sports and that kind of thing, but I knew if I committed to that, that I would regret it. So I just said no, and he wondered why. Like, there's no, very rarely do people ask you why you can't do it, but that why, I answered it so quickly. I said, I don't commit. I can't commit, and they laughed about my lack of commitment. But I knew if I said yes to the softball team, that it was going to eat up so much time that I needed for me, time that I needed for what I wanted to accomplish. So when you say no to something else, even work meetings, like I started to say no to work meetings that I knew were stupid. Just email me, just send me a Teams message, just text me. You can get the basic information that you ask for out of a meeting in a communication that's just asynchronous. And when I started bluntly saying no and canceling meetings or demanding in a nice way the information up front about what that meeting was going to be about, like, hey, what do we want to accomplish in this meeting so that I can decide if I want to come or not. I didn't say it quite that way, but if you ask for the information up front about what they want to discuss and then you respond to that, you cancel the meeting. And I guess as a boss, it's a little easier, but just say no to things at work, say yes to the things that are important. So that's the second part. If you start saying no to things, therefore finding that time for yourself, now you have to fill it in with the yeses, right? Like if you then fill it in with just bullshit, Netflix, and YouTube and social media, like honestly, you're not making any gains. So you have to have the yes, you have to have that why ready. I shot a video plenty. I've covered this a couple times. Like you have to know your why. Like why are you doing things? Like what are you trying to accomplish? What are your goals? So this is all about goals, this platform. Honestly, if you found me on YouTube Shorts, this is a platform about achieving things, getting it, growing, getting more money, building a business, whatever goal you're trying to accomplish, getting jacked at the gym, losing weight, running a marathon, any goal you want. This platform is about that, but I'm definitely going to focus on tech and gaining those skills that are going to make you more money in during your day job. But if you don't have a yes ready, like what are you going to do with your time when you say no? That's the second part. You got to put in the work to find out what you could do that's most impactful to your goal, the goal that you want to accomplish. If you don't have that ready, you're just going to waste the time further. You may as well go hang out with those friends if you don't have a yes ready. What are you going to do instead? So, part two is thinking about that. Like, what do you dig? It's not just like, I'm going to just drive harder and achieve more things like I don't want you to live your life just completely grinding, but I like playing craps. So I started paying attention to like how much I freaking enjoyed playing craps. And I told my wife, I'm just going to go play craps. And she was, like surprised at first that I was like into it as much as I was. And then we started traveling to play craps and I started fitting it in. Sailing was another thing. I wanted to be out on a boat. So when I said no to one activity that I knew was going to be boring, I started filling in other activities that I loved. She came along for the ride. She loved it too. We started finding things that we loved together. But even if she didn't, it was my time. Like I was going to have that for me. I'm going to play craps, not that often, but I'm going to play it because I love it. So I had a yes ready. So have your yeses like, what do you truly enjoy? What do you personally love doing? And make sure you're prioritizing that. The other people around you might go along for the ride. Last night, I was asked if I wanted to do something, and I said nope. I did not want to do it. And my no was rejected. And so there are times you're going to have that happen, but that's my wife. Like my wife sometimes, sometimes doesn't take no for an answer, and that's okay. But I'm practicing. I'm going to say nope way more often, and she gets it. And a lot of times she totally supports that. But we go back and forth and joke with each other. And a lot of times I'm right. I shouldn't have done it. It wasn't the time. I could have used that time for other things. The other night, it was the same thing. I was a no. I asked for advice because, man, I was like, man, I don't know if this no is a good no or what, because it's all about relationship building. This one was something that I hadn't done before, and so I still did it. And so you sometimes you like play with that a little bit. So have your yes ready, and then say no more often. And if you're looking for what your yeses should be, then we stick with me because we're going to be going through plenty of options for you goal wise and how to map out the tasks that you need to achieve those goals. And then you got to get to work. Today's Saturday. I'm shooting the 9 at 9. I'm heading to the gym because that's always my yes. I always go to the gym. And then I got to do work on this today. Like I have to finish the video that I shot yesterday, which is a good one, and I'm going to get the text editing and everything else done today. Plus, I have to create a little Notion database, which I could talk about on here sometime. I got a lot to do. So my yeses are filled up. And the Super Bowl tomorrow, I'm invited to a party and I'm going to go, and I kind of want to, but it's even weird. Like Super Bowl parties are not my yes as much as they once were because I've got so many other things that I'm enjoying and I have a lot of work to do. So come up with something today. This is your daily challenge. I'm going to start weaving these in. Your daily challenge today is say no to something. It doesn't have to be no to something today, right? Like, but something's on your calendar coming up that you said yes to. Say no to it. Get your time back. Be number one for you. And just don't worry about the response to your no. Like just say, I'm totally booked right now. I'm focused on a project right now. That's a good one. I'm really focused on a new project right now. Who the hell is going to question that? I'm really blocked out this week, or I've got to, just who the hell is going to question that? And honestly, the people who question your no and try to dig in, there may not be the people you wanna be around anyway, so just don't sweat it. I mean, I go through this a little bit because some people manipulate that a little bit, but on and then in the future, because you're saying no more often, I'm 100% certain that the people around you are not gonna talk crap about how you say no all the time. They're gonna actually respect the fact that you're prioritizing things. They may even ask like, "Oh, how's that project going?" And now they're inquiring about your goals and stuff, and that's a relationship. Now you're moving in a positive direction. All right, the 9 at 9 I went over, which is awesome. That means the topic is pretty good. Oh, all right. I love it. Thanks, Paul, for that comment. And definitely check out the other stuff I'm putting out. And again, if you found me on YouTube Shorts, whoever found me, YouTube Live is awesome. They're sharing this content. It's a growing channel. I've been doing a 99-day YouTube challenge. I'm at day 76, I think. So if you dig this, it's not just random content. I'm here every day at 9 a.m. That's DC time, Eastern time. And then of course I've got plenty of stuff on my platform. So subscribe, give me as many likes as you can, help me grow because I want to keep doing this. I'm super passionate about this stuff and I'm taking a big risk. I'm going all in on this. Not the YouTube channel necessarily, but I'm building an organization tied to it. And I really want it to be a success, not just for me, because it's a mission, right? Like I'm creating something for us, something for you, because I've been super successful in my career and I know people can engage in this space that I work in. So the material I'm putting out about tech, participating in my consulting world, how to learn the skills that you need to do so, AI, analytics, cloud, these things sound mysterious to a lot of people, but if you're not learning it now, you're in a lot of trouble because if no matter what your job is, honestly, it could be a creative job, it could be hospitality. If you're not understanding how those tools benefit you and then you apply them to your work, you're really going to get left behind because they're so powerful. I saw a video yesterday from a construction tool that was AI powered, a construction tool. So it's literally every industry and you can learn them. Check out my material. Thanks for checking it out. I'm really happy you found me and I will see you tomorrow for another 9 at 9. Got to head to the gym. Let's grow together every day.